morning by listening to Colin Torley.
Mess around. Everybody do the mess around.
On Radio Saltire, 106.7 and 107.2 FM.
Yeah, good morning everyone, and welcome to the third and final hour of the Saturday morning show. I'm Colin Torley, and I'm here with my guest in this hour, and it is Jigz.
Good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It's like back in my old stomping grounds.
I'm going to cover that with you, actually.
So,
I'm going to cover that, because first, let's get first things first here. A couple of things. This is different. This is different in so much as that... normally I do singer-songwriters, so we've done a few singer-songwriters. 2 weeks ago we had Alec Hodgson, who's a Scottish folk singer.
Yep.
You don't do singing-songwriting?
I wouldn't say so. Slightly different.
Yours are all production mainly?
All production, so the music is it's hip-hop music, mainly.
Yeah.
It's sample-based, so it's a lot of remixing older songs that I like, that I can maybe hear an element of it that I want to take and make a whole song out of. So, you know, you'll hear a guitar on one song and you think, right, let me take that, but then I'll add drums, I'll add bass, I'll add my own stuff to it. But I'll always sort of, you know, take parts from songs that I do like.
Yeah, and these have all been released as albums and singles, so they're all copyrighted and everything else. So you can play them. So we can play them and we can use them on YouTube and all that because they're all being done on your albums. Now, secondly, I said this is a complete departure from me because I know very little about the genre of hip hop. So we're going to find out a little bit more about it.
We've got an hour. I think you'll all be scholars by the end of it. I'll give you a bit of everything, a bit of history.
And then thirdly, which is completely different, is that, you know, I know the guys that I've had on previously, but known them sort of briefly or known some of the music. You, I know better than anybody, or I should know better than anybody.
I'd hope so. We'll see.
Because you are my son.
Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to cover a fair bit in the next hour. And you have got a new album which has just been released, and you've actually got a new album coming out in 4 weeks as well.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah,
wow,
2 weeks' time.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah, well, we'll get into it, but the last album came out 2 weeks ago, and the new one comes out end of this month as well, so very, very busy. But yeah, we'll get into them in more detail.
No wonder you can't visit me and your mum if you're doing this all the time.
I'm here now, that's all that matters.
But what we're going to do, I'm going to take you back in time a little bit, because I've put it down, you're a renowned hip-hop producer, because you do record people from not just locally, it's all over the UK.
Yep.
And you have been to America as well, you've worked in America, and so you've got a great pedigree there, and we're going to go through that. But I'm going to do a song first, and this is a single you did with, and there's a great video to go with this as well. There is,
so it's on YouTube. So to be honest, one of the most popular ones that I've done. To this day, we still get, you know, thousands of views on it. So it's although it's an older song, it's still very popular, even these days.
And this is where the sampling comes in, because most people will know the start of the song.
Yep.
And then it's then taken over by Madhat Magor.
Madhat Magor. So Madhat Magor, he is you know, a legendary, you know, Scottish artist in my field. You know, one of the best, one of the first that came through. You know, achieved so much. I mean, you're talking, he's the first Scottish, you know, rap artist to play Tea in the Park. First one to do BBC's Fire in the Booth. He's done, you know, to this day, still the only one that's done those two things. So, you know, very, very, very big artist. This is, you know, one of our, you know, we've done hundreds of songs together, but this is the one that, you know, everyone seems to like, that's stood the test of time. So, yeah, this one is called Fast Car.
So this is Jigz and Madhat Magor.
You get a fast car, I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing
Jigz,
to lose. Maybe we'll make something.
Madhat
Me, myself,
Magor.
I got nothing to prove.
I want to get a car and want to drive away up into the Scottish hills, want to hibernate. See her sit up in my house now and sigh away. Never seeing many folk I live on cyber saves, living all my days making tunes high on rate. I want to get a car and drive away, but wide awake, cause I got my son, my little man, I live for him. And if I drove away I wouldn't get to sit with him, but if I could I would, I'd take him in, I'd hit the road and teach him all about the beat and how to spit a flow. Teach him everything I know, even how to roll. See I pick away my thoughts, mate, I sit with those. I need a fast car, baggy punk bank card. I need a woman in my life, but now my heart's scarred. My heart's dark, heart's cold like a bar tap. See I need a fast car and need to hit the tarmac.
You get a fast car, I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal, maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Yeah, I need to drive away. Need to get a car and drive away high for days. Hit the road and never look back, be like, bye mate. Can they try me, say I would never lie mate. I got the need to go and run on the day for all the people here be like, oh, stuck it. See I lost a lot of mates, healthy love, lost the day. See the happiness are far away and fall. I need my happiness, I need to laugh a bit. I need to hit a set of new clubs and dance a bit. Build my reputation up again to rap my shit. Making people clueless, so I'll be like that hacked and spit. But first I need to get a motor, get me in the car and I'd be living life sober. The time's closer, I feel I'm getting older, but put me in the car with the boy and I'll drive slower.
You get a fast car, I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal, maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Yeah, there we go. That is Fast Car. I'm here with my guest, Jigz, and he produced that song and with Madhat McGore. And just if you take us through exactly what you do, because it is so different. Say you do a lot of sampling rather than.
Yeah, so it's a lot of sampling. So you know, the genre of hip hop music was founded on the art of sampling. It was founded on old vinyl records, playing them, and they would find one part of the song that they liked. And what they would do is they'd buy 2 copies of that record. Yeah. And it would be a 3-second break or loop of that song. And they would have 2 turntables and they would just keep that 3 seconds going for 10 minutes. And that's how it started. So obviously, nowadays we've got technology that can do that now. So you've
not got any turntables. Yeah.
So we've got we've got technology that you can do that. You can take any song, you can pick the parts you like, you can then make a song out of it. So for that one specifically, that was taking the guitar, from Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. Yeah. It was then adding some drums, adding some bass, some different effects. So all of that played by myself on top of the sample. Yeah. And then, writing the lyrics, which was done by Madhat McGore.
Right, and again, if we look at it, this is a completely different genre to what I am used to. So I'm a wee bit out of my depth with this one.
You're not showing it.
I'm sure you're going to keep me right. But if I take you back even further, because when you got into the music, I mean, you come from a musical family. Yes,
I definitely do.
All the families are into music.
Yep. The only thing is for anyone that knows their family, I'm probably the only one that can't sing, so I had to find something to keep the musical thing going. But it definitely wasn't singing. So for me, I wasn't really into music too much when I was younger, but it was maybe in my teenage years that I got into hip hop. And
how did you get into hip hop then?
So, someone gave me a CD by a group called Wu-Tang Clan. I've never listened, never been big in music, and I don't know, I just listened to it.
But they're a massive band.
They're huge. They're probably the biggest, my eyes, the biggest hip hop group of all time. And something changed for me. It was just like, what have I just listened to? And it then became going down the rabbit hole and spending years and years listening to everything I could. To then maybe when I got to about 15, 16, like you said, from a musical family, everyone makes music. Everyone can sing. Everyone you do radio show. You do gigs, DJing. It was kind of finding my niche, and I didn't want to rap. That would be the thing to do. If you imagine someone in Preston Bands 20 years ago trying to be a rapper, it wouldn't have went down well. So I thought, what else can I do? So I taught myself how to make beats and how to produce music. So this is before YouTube, before anything. I was having to read books. I was having to just listen to music to how it sounded, and trying to copy what I heard. So totally self-taught from about 16 years old, and just sort of learnt how to do it myself.
I always remember you went to uni, and I can't remember, what was the course you did at uni? Your first course?
Yes, so I did IT at uni, and then
you hit us with it.
Yeah, so it was one of those things. So IT was never my strong suit, but it was one of those things where, right, go to uni, study computers, and that's you set. But I spent my whole time, making music at university. It's just so happened that my classmate at uni, he ended up being, one of the he ended up being a rapper that I worked with, constantly. So that was Simba, who was, he ended up becoming one of the biggest Scottish hip hop artists at the time as well. And it just got to a point where I thought, you know what, I'm not enjoying this. I want to do music. And I left university to then study music production instead. Yeah,
it was a bit of a surprise to us.
It was a bit of a shock, but it seemed to have worked out, so it's all good now. But I can imagine it being a bit of a shock back then.
So you've got a master's degree in music production?
Music production, yeah.
And was there something, was it not video and that as well?
It was multimedia. Yeah, multimedia, yeah. So that led on to a few other things as well as producing music that we can go into in a little bit as well.
Yeah, because part of what you do, and let's not forget, you had your own show here on Radio Saltire.
I did.
About 10 years ago, and I think you left about 8 years ago.
I think I've done it for, 2-3 years, something like that. It was called Hip Hop Chess Box. Again, one of the first hip hop shows, not the first, because there's one that's been going on for a longer than me, but one of the first in Scotland. And again, it was just a way for Scottish artists in my field to showcase music, to perform live, and for people to hear them. So we did it for a good few years here, and it was very, very popular at the time.
And you used to bring those as guests in as well.
Of course, yeah. So
it was great.
So we used to do a lot of live stuff. I would bring turntables or DJ controllers with me. We'd do live mixing. The rappers and MCs would come in and they would perform songs live on the radio and stuff like that. We'd also play music from artists that we liked from from Scotland, from the UK, from the US, everything like that as well.
Yeah. And hip hop has got a massive following worldwide.
Yeah.
And your show used to get people from all over, but part of the problem that I think you told me at the time is that you spent more time editing the songs you were going to play. So which we've had to do today.
You had
one might slip out.
One slip up already. But yeah, that was what kind of stopped me from doing it, because the songs, there is profanity. There's people expressing themselves in these songs. They're using words that you can't say or play on radio. So the radio show would be 2 hours, but I'd maybe spend 15 hours a week editing all these songs, taking the swear words out. So it became, a 2 hour show ended up becoming something that would take me, all that time to get ready and get prepared for.
And that takes a lot out of the song as well, to be fair.
It does. I mean, I get it. You can't play it otherwise.
No, you certainly can't play it at this time of the morning anyway. Right, what I'm going to do before we go into the ads and sponsors, let's do this one. This is another one you did with Madhat. Yep. How long ago was this one?
So this one was this is another one that's classed as that stood the test of time. That's kind of a classic in my catalogue, I would say. This one is maybe 7-8 years old as well. Again, there's a video for this one on YouTube. We shot that out in Amsterdam, and this one is with Mike Righteous, who Mike Righteous, one of guy from London, one of the premier artists in UK. Massive artist. So even just getting him on this song was, it was a milestone for us at the time.
Yeah.
And that was a case of, we did a tour with him. He liked us. We were opening act for him back then. And, we ended up just recording the song, and it worked out perfect. The song, in my eyes, is, one of the best ones that I've ever made and that we've made as a collective.
And you were actually saying earlier that some of your YouTube videos have actually got up to 2.5 million views.
Yeah, there's been some. I think the highest one. I did a track with someone called Jay Spades, who again one of the legends in UK hip hop, and I think that one was around about 2.5 million views. So it was obviously massive as well. Yeah. This one's on there, not quite up to the 200,000, but 2.5 million. Sorry, but if you look for Jigz, People, it's videos on YouTube. Like I say, we shot it in Amsterdam, and the song is, I think it's really good.
Okay, so this is Jigz and Madhat McGore.
Yeah. Mike Righteous, Madhat McGraw. From Margate to Edinburgh, where the yobs at? I only deal with certain people, people know. People know I'm from the coast and I give my people hope. From feeling broke, yet other people seem to joke. People's minds are smaller than the bulls, that's all they need to boast. I don't think people know the suffering my people go through. I don't think you people would believe me even if I showed you. And even though you felt some pain, it ain't to say there ain't no people out there that don't feel the same. But certain people, we don't work with egos, every person's equal. Certain people, when they say they love you, but they turn and leave you. But our world is evil, every man for themselves, I wanna help the people. These fat cats wanna kill the people, steal from people, look at what they sell to people. Same old tricks and they still deceive you, it's hell for people. But I feel to free you, we're just offers, so what the hell can we do? Be selfish too, they ain't healthy people. I be trying to live healthy, what's my well-being? You wanna be like the wealthy people. They're made in Chelsea people, let hell freeze. Oh please, no fees for selfies. No self-esteem, you still self-harm, self-love, watch yourself bleed. Being there myself, no self-belief. And there's nothing you can tell me, people. I got people I'm cool with, people I went to school with, people that breathe a tool if I call them. Some be in Scotland, some be in England. My peace and my people, we can all sing this believe.
Many people stick about and many people go. Many people know my face and many people won't. Many people go insane and many people don't. That's why I'll only deal with certain people, people know. Many people stick about and many people go. Many people know my face and many people won't. Many people go insane and many people don't. That's why I'll only deal with certain people, people know. So many people stick about and many people gnash. Though many people journey too, I've left some people back. So now when people ask, I tell them about the peeps. I know the people that I move with, then I tell you where my people be. My people know I got their back, and I'd go out my way to make their lives be comfortable through rain and all their daily pain. My peeps are grateful day, I know it when I look at them. They never need to say a word, I see it when I look again. But some people are older and don't care much and they fiend on the poison. They people are pointless, sick of the misery with fitness choices. Some people are fuck it, deal with the backlash, beef and the ruckus. Some people are nuts, that'll come from nothing but can only love us. I'm sick of the threats, don't even stress. Don't make my heart beat, make me sweat. It's all empty words, people are wet. I bump into this one, I see the regrets. And I mean what I said, only deal with mine. I don't need no fix, I'll have to use my rhyme. I've got mad peeps that'll see for life. Through the good and the bad, make the green beside. We're all living this one, so you best believe in eternity. Now see, spread the peace. And you get the best of me, I put thought into this and I bless the beats. I've got peeps that I grew with, peeps I'm cool with, peeps that I see on the street with a few kids. Some be a nuisance, some of them foolish. See me with people, the people I move with. Many people stick about and many people go. Many people know my face and many people won't. Many people go insane and many people don't. That's why I'll only deal with certain people, people know. Many people stick about and many people go. Many people know my face and many people won't. Many people go insane and many people don't. That's why I'll only deal with certain people, people know.
Yeah, there we go. That is Jigz and Madhat McGore. That is People. And we're playing that one. We're going to come back. We're going to go into our ads and sponsors. And then we're going to come back and continue the conversation with Jigz. So we'll be back in about 3 minutes.
106.7 and 107.2. Music for East Lothian. This is Radio Saltire.
On Radio Saltire, the heart and soul of East Lothian.
Yeah, this is Colin Torley. It is the Saturday morning show, a little bit different this morning, as I have my guest, who is renowned music hip-hop producer.
Yes, renowned, I like that.
Yeah, I like that as well. But look, you've been doing this for years,
yes.
And you're going to tell us about everything you're doing just now, and you're busier than you've ever been.
Yes, but we'll get into that, but yeah, it's definitely getting there.
Again, I'm going to take you back to see where you started, so people know what your pedigree is.
Yep, okay.
Because you did your degree in music production.
Yep.
And then after that, you moved away.
Yeah. So I mean, I after studying, I was lucky enough to get a job offer from Warner Brothers out in New York.
Woo!
I know. So yeah, came along. They'd heard some music that I'd made, and yeah, packed my bags and off I went to go live in Manhattan for I can't remember off the top of my head, but for quite a while. Once I got there, they put me with a company which was called Blacksmith Music, which was one of the companies that sat under Warner Bros. And it was a hip hop record label, right. Home to lots of people that was there. So the main one was Talib Kweli, who one of the, if anyone who does listen to hip hop, one of the the biggest underground rappers that you could imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Those people like, one of the Neptunes, the production duo, Pharrell being one of them. Everyone knows Pharrell. So Chad Hugo was there. He was the second part of the Neptunes. People like Little John.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It was Little John anyway.
Pete Rock was there. Like for me, it was like you're now working with your superheroes, the people that you've grew up listening to, and you're living in the home of hip hop. You're living in New York. You're there every day. I mentioned earlier that I got started in this because I listened to a Wu-Tang album. You're in New York, and I'm on stage, watching them perform, as a group from the stage. Like I'm at these things. I'm watching Nas. I'm watching Damian Marley. I'm watching all these people. You were just you were around them all the time. You were in the same rooms, you were in the same places, the same areas. So yeah, it was incredible to be there.
Now, did you not tell me you worked with Mark Ronson over there?
So yeah, Mark Ronson, not work direct, but we shared the same studio. So we were always in, whether it be he would make a new track and he'd get us in to listen to it. Yeah. He'd have a listening. He'd have us in listening to it. So we were always crossing paths, yeah. And I think we kind of got on because at that time Mark Ronson, he's a guy. He's from UK, but he's also American as well. And he was working with a lot of UK rappers at the time. Lethal Bizzle, Wiley, people like that. So he kind of got on with me because I knew these guys. The guys in America, they weren't really listening to what he was making over here. So we kind of, had that. We kind of got talking about all that as well.
Yeah. So you've done all that. So you've worked in America.
Yeah.
Then obviously you came home.
So yeah. So I mean, I'll explain. The coming home. These days, how do you listen to music these days?
I always listen online.
You stream it, right?
Yeah.
So everyone streams it. So back when I was, you're talking when I was in America. At 15, 16 years ago, something. Maybe not as long as that, but maybe 13, 14 years ago. Streaming didn't exist, but things like Napster and these things started popping up where people were getting albums for free.
Yeah.
So no one was going out and buying CDs or buying vinyls anymore. Streaming didn't exist, so all the record companies were losing money. So what happened when I was at Warner Bros. Was they basically cut ties with all their sub labels because they couldn't afford to do it anymore because no one was buying music. So as part of that, I was sent back and sent home along with thousands and thousands of other people.
Yeah.
I did continue to work for the company remotely, from home, but yeah, it wasn't
the same.
It wasn't the same. And at that point, I decided, to try and do my own thing here.
But I seem to remember, did you not got asked by another label to stay over there, but you decided to come back?
Yeah, there was talks, but at that point, I think it was just ready to come home rather than change things.
All right, okay then. Right, well, what we're going to do, we're going to bring you up to date now, and because there is a lot of older stuff that we've not even covered. I mean, I remember your pop band.
The Sky Boii Generals. That would be,
Generals.
So that was literally, after I came home from America, and I'd seen how these record labels could do it themselves, and we kind of thought, I kind of thought, let me try it. So I built my own studio, in just in my flat at the time. I think I was staying up at Ocean Terminal, up at Leaf. Yeah. And randomly, I was kind of thinking, what do I do from here? What's my next step? And I got invited to be a guest speaker at a music workshop. And it was for, kids from, disadvantaged backgrounds, effectively. And they were giving them an outlet. They were teaching them how to write music, how to perform. And, I got invited as a special guest. I did, talk to them. And, I got to hear some of them perform. And, we ended up putting a group together out of, there was 5 of us from, that I met at that workshop on that day. We then became, Sky Boii Generals, which, did become pretty big and pretty popular very fast.
But you were more a hip hop band.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was, I don't know. It wasn't traditional hip hop. I suppose it was more, radio friendly. More, a lot of stuff geared at maybe commercial hip hop. Yeah. The music was still, incredible. So even to this day, people still talk about that group.
Yeah.
We, again, very quickly, we dropped a couple of songs, a couple of singles, and that's when, record labels started coming looking for us. We ended up going on, on tour for, I don't know, the best part of a year as well. Went everywhere together. We got done, signed up with like a modelling agency at the time, because that was kind of the image that we were going through. We were doing all these sort of, Miss Scotland, Miss Universe type shows, all of that as well. We were always doing that. And yeah, the group did get very popular, a lot of popular songs. We unfortunately didn't get to release our album, which I've actually, I've just found it recently, what was recorded. But yeah, a very good group, a lot of shows, a lot of festivals, and yeah, I had a really good time with that group there.
Yeah, I did go and see you live a couple of times. I remember you playing Edinburgh once. It was like the Caves or something.
Yeah, I think that was right. Yeah.
And then we saw you at, did I say Tea in the Pans?
Tea in the Pans. That's where I remember we did that. I remember no one wanted to go on after us. They were just like, how can we follow that up? Yeah. That was, even to this day, that was probably, one of my favourite shows.
And you're still waiting to get paid for that, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a story behind that one.
Save that for another day.
That's for another day. Anyway, we're going to bring you up to date now. You've just released this album 2 weeks ago with London-based Creeper Crisis.
Creeper Crisis, yeah. So, new album came out, so anyone who, if you have Apple Music, you've got Spotify, YouTube Music, anything like that. The album is Creeper Crisis. It's called Music Ferapy 3, and it's Ferapy with an F, not a TH.
Yeah.
And this it's volume 3. This is the 3rd volume we've dropped in this series. Creeper Crisis. Let me, I'll speak on this guy for a little bit, because he is, he's an artist that's very, very different, very creative, and in my opinion, he's incredible. He's a guy who, when I was, when I was a bit younger, I used to see him on TV, on the music channels. He had a few songs out, a few videos. He was, very popular across the UK, and we bumped into each other randomly in London. We had a couple mutual friends, and we got speaking obviously about music, and then we ended up keeping in contact through social media, through WhatsApp and things like that as well. And at this point, I had actually taken a break from music, so I'd maybe stopped for, I don't know, 4 years or so at that point. And I'd maybe, do a little bit here and there, but I'd kind of stopped, and I was thinking it would maybe take something, I wasn't really interested in making just the normal music anymore. I'd kind of sort of got a little bit disillusioned with it. And I met him, and he came to me with this idea and said, I've got an idea. I want to create music that means something. I want to speak to people. I want to hear their story. I want to give a voice to the voiceless, effectively. I want to see people who've been through, so much struggle, so much pain in their life. I want to sit down, speak to them, get to know them, and I want to, make a song out of their life story. And he explained the whole idea to me, and it piqued my interest. So what he was asking was, can you, if we meet these people, we speak to them, can you produce the track, and I'll write their life story and perform it as them? So we sat down, I thought it'd be tough to get people to tell us their stories, but, this is why we're on volume 3, because we're getting so many through.
Yeah. So these albums are based on just ordinary people.
Ordinary people, yeah. People who've been through something. They're getting in contact with us. They're, we don't even need to look for these people anymore. They've heard the previous volumes. They want to, they want us to tell their story.
And they're telling their story to Creeper Crisis.
Yep.
And then he turns it into would you call it a hip hop song, or just a rap?
Yeah, no, he turns it into a song. Yeah. And
then you do the sampling.
I do. So
you do all the production.
I do the production. So he gives me an idea of what the song is about. He'll say, this is, this person's been through, this and this. And then from there, I can get an idea. Okay, so we kind of need to make it a little bit, pull at people's heartstrings. Maybe put some piano, some strings in there. We need to do, and we build the song from there. And then he then tells their story through his perspective. So, as I mentioned, we did Volume 1 that was released in 2022. Volume 2 came out last year, and then Volume 3 we just released 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And like I said, they are, each one that comes out is, much more popular, to the point now where, we've got enough to do Volume 3 already. People say, listening to this and saying, I want my story told now.
Right. Is this Volume 3 or Volume 4?
This is Volume 3 now. This is Volume 3 that's out now. So yeah.
You're going to do a Volume 4?
We're going. Yeah. We're decided. We're going to do one a year. For the foreseeable future. So. To give you a little bit of idea, as you can see, we've got one lined up which is called Ruby's Story.
Yeah.
So, give you a little bit of context before we play it. This one to me is, one of the best songs that me and him have recorded together. So, Ruby, her sister actually got in contact with us, and Ruby was, she was, going through chemotherapy. She was, severely ill at the time.
Yeah.
And they wanted to, create something that would last the test of time. And, we sat down, or Creeper sat down with Ruby, her sister. We got to know her life story, everything she'd been through, the battle that she was currently going through. And, we decided to make a song of it. So if you listen to this song, it details everything. It's her story, told from her point of view. The sad thing is that, we finished the song, we recorded it. It was actually the last song for the album. And, we played the song to her, and we got her, at the end of the song, is her reaction to the song. And she unfortunately passed away the day after she listened to that song. So this song...
You're really going for it with this one then.
So this song is obviously, it's very special, it's very deep, it's very emotional. And, I think, it gives you a good understanding of what these music therapy albums are all about. It's about listening, giving a voice to the voiceless, and just really, really, telling a story.
Okay, well, this is Jigz and Creeper Crisis, and this is from the third album, Music Ferapy, Volume 3. This is Ruby's Story.
Hi, my name's Ruby, and this is my story written by Creeper Crisis.
Mountains, we gon' walk it out and mountains, and
disaster falls, newbie to the stem. After all, Ruby is a gem. Faith looks close, God's got my mercy. Facebook posts, I block my journey. Giving, shine what trying feels right. Living, knowing what dying feels like. Sad I will plan, inside I died. I had a good man by my side. Super stubborn, let me down to smile. Future husband, get me down the aisle. Perhaps she's fine, my Sergio. Relapse 3 times, my worst trio. Cozy deflecting, death you lost. Rosie expecting my nephew Josh. Not if I text it, a loss is empty. What if my exit is Josh's entry? Not medical, I shy eco-friendly. Got skeptical about chemotherapy. Why start up? We die, we ghost. My heart stop, revive weak pulse. Adapt, be fine, facing my fears. Relapse 3 times in a space of 5 years. Answer stupid, the lump I see. Cancer fluids pumped in me. T-shirt Rosie spelled my name wrong. She's hurt slowly, felt my pain strong. Try and assist closely, note my plans. My sis Rosie would hold my hand. Why plan defeat, disasters be. Rosie held my hand, repeat after me.
I used to hold her hand and I'd be like, all we need is hope, and for that we have each other. Because when we were little girls, we never had war. All we had was hope, and all we had was each other. And as adults, when she was poorly, all we had was each other and hope. And I really think that hope got her through.
Heart's weak, honest, I can't sleep. Aunt speaks, I promise I can't keep. Cozy, same ward, corona batch. Rosie came forward, not a donor match. Fathom danger, live in caution. Random stranger gives an organ. No ego, Virgo, low libido. Appendix burst, 8 rounds of chemo. IV, tried to deplete the DNA. IG, I complete a PSA. I struggle to eat, red wristband. Struggled sleep, meds assist glands. Partially had to rest, fitness stray. Cardiac arrest, Christmas Day. Bound to bed, her heart stopped. Found you dead, her last op. Time is near, set out for death. Climb the stairs and get out of breath. Nearly quit till I scrap my stress. Clearly sick and still sat my tests. Try help to dap, in home properly. I felt trapped in my own body. Not back on track, well off the course. Got back on track, fell off a horse. Urgency slim, glance at fids. Surgeries dim, my chance to have kids. Stop if I won't get to see mum. Mum, what if I don't get to be one? Not pappy, daddy, my points is done. Got snappy, happy to join mum. Threatened by she, I tried to be it. Heaven, why we gotta die to see it? My words loving, facts not odd. I heard nothing back from God. Them answers don't react fine. Ruby's gem cancer, zodiac sign. Dad's protective spirits honourable. Had selective visits vulnerable. Had vowed any hurt days a myth. Dad, how many birthdays you miss? Trust you, not if I can't pops. Love you, what if my heart stops? Last time you appeared was free. Hard times too, where was he? My luck, skies up, no buys up. Eyes up, wise up, for us to rise up.
Oh, he's really cute. He made me cry. Yeah, it's really cute. Oh, this made me cry.
And I rise up, I rise like the day. I rise up, I rise unafraid. I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I rise up, I like the waves. I rise up, in spite of the ache. I rise up.
Yeah, there we go. That is Jigz and Creeper Crisis, and that is Ruby's story. Quite an emotional song, that, actually.
It is, yeah. I think I chose that one because it kind of sums up what these albums are about. You know.
Yeah, and you say that she spoke at the end there, and she died the day after.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bit heartbreaking. And right, I'm here with my guest, Jigz, my son, Jigz Torley.
He's the one.
And he's the one, yeah. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head to the ads and the sponsors, and then we're going to come back with another couple of tracks from Jigz. So stay tuned.
Radio Saltire. Music for East Lothian.
Colin Torley on Radio Saltire.
Yeah, this is Colin Torley, and I'm here with my guest, hip-hop producer, Jigz.
You didn't say renowned there, I think. You need to go back to it.
I'll let everybody else make their mind up here. But yeah, renowned music producer, Jigz, yeah. Yes. And you've been covering the new album, which was released 2 weeks ago, which is You and Creeper Crisis, Volume 3. You've got a new album, Volume 4, you're working on?
So Volume 4 we're working on. We're doing one per year, so that will be out next year.
Right.
But then we've got in between, as I said earlier, he's a very creative guy with ideas. So we're almost finished our next album. It's called Creeper vs. Crisis, and it's a story. So it's not it's not anyone else's story. This is like it's a movie as an album. So each song is a different scene in the movie. So, you know, the first scene is it's a guy, say the guy is in prison and he's want to get out of prison, so it's a song from his perspective, trying to get out, what he's going to do. The next song would be, you know, him back outside living his life. Right. Then, you know, it goes on through stories. Each song's a movie.
You're painting a picture here.
There's cool parts of it. So, for example, you know, he's in court, and what we've got, you know, various different artists and different rappers. So one rapper will be the lawyer, one's the judge, the other ones are like jury members, and we're making a story out of an album. So that is almost finished now as well, and that'll be out sort of hopefully by the end of this year. And again, it's just a creative project that's very different from what you normally hear. Okay. A story start to finish.
So that is volume 4 for next year. So we're going to go back to Music Ferapy.
Yep.
Volume 3. We're going to do one more track from that album, and this is Neah's story.
So Neah's story. So I'll quickly get just a quick one. So Neah, very sort of very popular on podcasts these days. You'll see her on James English, a massive episode. She's someone who in prison for a long while, is now out, is now a motivational speaker, is now sort of helping rehabilitate people that come out of prison. So this is her story from Music Ferapy 3.
Okay, so this is Jigz and Creeper Crisis.
My name's Neah, and this is my story written by Creeper Crisis.
Youngest of 3, born in Essex. Youngest of 3, sworn in ethics. Have or rid, dad more did, forbid. And mum not have more kids. He gives hugs in and out on bail. He did drugs in and out of jail. Son needs me, 1 cheap fee. Abort, but dad told mum keep me. Mum praising vids, fun amazing big. Not personal, she was done raising kids. All my laws, all my flaws. Manic house violence is all I saw. Realness, type of activist order. Illness, hyperactive disorder. Hard life felt, I ditched it. Card life's dealt, I switched it. Me glowing up, we going up. Violence in couples we see growing up. Over a white plan, closer than my fam. And bro not much older than I am. More mild reflector, wild respect. Bro tried to make up for child neglect. Course, love crowded by grudgement. Force, love clouded my judgment. Sad to me, a burden worsen. Had to be a certain person. At first, I helped whateverhood. Sat worse, I felt not never good. Everyone reaches out via text. Everyone leave it at Neah's vex. I helped others, me defender. I felt smothered, re-offender. And streets know you don't ask. And speak no, you don't grasp. Tell couldn't risk on my energy. Jail wouldn't wish on my enemy. Come arrest we good son, stress he would, should. Mum done the best she could. Snitch gave feds, I did shave head. Do I play dead or switch brave head? Work on ego, pure mind in cell. Hurdy, more time in jail. I slid out. Did more cell time, I read out. Did more jail time, my fella regrets. Pride, hella respect, they say I died inside. Mandela effect. Hit the streets, had a DV partner. Quit the streets, had a CV after. Sad cried, had tried, had lied. Mad guide, bad pride, sad ride. Stride and dad died. Wooden grave is good and raised kids. Saved my life and I couldn't save his. A lot we forgive, what even if not save my dad who got me to live. Stop the vibe, no empty pass. Watch the ride, no Bentley pass. Had to stop evil, knowing the vision. Glad to stop people going to prison. Future, present and odd past. Super presence on podcasts. Laughing or frown, lasting or drown. Sat on pods like passing the crown. Odd pass, you pick out plain English. Podcast, blue tick and James English.
Been through a lot and came out the other side. Learn a lot about myself along the ride. Now I'm living my best life.
Yeah, there we go. That is Neah's story, and that is with Jigz, my guest, and Creeper Crisis. Now we're going to change it slightly now because that is your current new album, 2 weeks old.
Yep.
But you've got a new album coming out in 2 weeks' time.
I know,
as well.
busy man. No rest for the wicked. So that is Music Ferapy with an F. Out now, if you find that. Music Therapy 3. So the new album, been working with, we spoke about Flyboy Generals earlier, my old group. I suppose the leader of that group is Sky Boii, who is currently, he's Scotland's biggest urban artist, biggest rapper. We reconnected, and we spent the last couple of months working on a new album. So this album's coming out on the 30th of August. It's called History in the Making. And I just thought I'd maybe introduce that album, let you hear one of the songs from it. This one is called Trip to Manny, and it features a singer called Sean Focus, and a brand new song. I think we got it back from the engineer maybe a week ago, so brand new. It's on the new album, and that's coming out on the 30th of August as well. So like I'm saying, just non-stop working at the minute. It's two albums in 4 weeks.
Okay, and social media and that. You doing a website? I know we're building a website, but you're going to be on that. So we've got the website Torley Music, which is coming soon. For any music, I normally put clips of music on YouTube. Production. I use SoundCloud for my music. And then, Instagram and things like that, I normally put videos of me making songs, or, just clips of music and stuff like that as well. That's going to be coming out fairly soon, I hope. And but we'll get that on there. So this is your new album, and this is a track from the new album, which is coming out in 2 weeks.
It's going to be very, very different from the music we've just played. But I'm sure you'll like this one.
And so you're doing some promotional stuff on this as well, which we can put on website and the Facebook page. So let's do this one first anyway. So this is Trip to Manny, and this is Jigz and Sky Boii.
And Sean Focus on the hook as well,
Right, okay.
I took a trip down to Manny. Life had me in some ways. Man, I swear it weren't funny. So I had to take a trip to Manny. I want peace over money. I want peace, I had to take a trip to Manny. Life had me in some ways. Man, I swear it weren't funny. So I had to take a trip to Manny. I want peace over money. I want peace over money. Over money. I want peace over money.
Happy to play from the trenches. I really had to be focused, life focused on that trip all the way down to Manny. Whoa, how did I manage, bro? Panoramic glow, not your average door. Hella macaroni, look into the Macarena. Baby girl could pack arenas, crystallized substance, carbon in her DNA. Realize something, I no longer need your wrist. It's the vibe conquer. I'm just glad I'm free again. Straight up ascension, match. Don't throw away your potential. You're made from affection, straight from perfection. Be brave on the next one. You just need a little time out for reflection. Trilo, Trinity, ride a kilo. I sleep good, but offer don't pass the kilos. Super tired of playing past the parcel. African boy, build that brave.
I took a trip down to Manny. Life had me in some ways. Man, I swear it weren't funny. So I had to take a trip to Manny. I want peace over money. I want peace, I had to take a trip to Manny. Life had me in some ways. Man, I swear it weren't funny. So I had to take a trip to Manny. I want peace over money. I want peace over money. Over money. I want peace over money. Over money.
It's not for me, it's for my daughter Dami. It's not for me, it's for my son Tolu. Out of Manny, man, I feel like Bugsy. Smoking cherry diesel, know that thing lovely. Shorty kicked it once, made double impacts. Now she holding my head, are you coming inside? I tell her, baby, yeah, I'm running intact. A couple things on the road, man, I soon land. Just get that kitty ready for me, hella boom bang. Is it really that deep to put my face on the one that poster? No, sir, in the front, Rosa, Violet, Rosa. Every day we closer, yeah, money to eat on. All you can do is take in the green. Tuning the radio, Avril Lavigne. Cinco de Mayo, living the dream. Big up
the trip down to Manny. Life had me in some ways. Man, I swear it weren't funny. So I had to take a trip to Manny. I want peace over money. I want peace.
Yeah, there we go. That is Jigz and Sky Boii and Sean Focus.
Sean Focus, that's right.
And that is To Manny, and that is from your forthcoming album, which should be out in 2-3 weeks.
30th of August. History in the Making.
History in the Making.
Yes.
There you go. Something to look forward to. And we can bring you in and we can take you through that new album as well.
Yeah, sounds good.
You're far too busy, young man. You need to calm down. And right, so what we'll do, look, thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Say, it just passes very quickly.
The quickest hour I've seen for a long time, I'll tell you.
So what we're doing, we're going to get you back on in maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, promote this new album, because you've got some promotional stuff that you're going to be doing on that as well.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So we could talk about that. But yeah, great. It's been great. Completely different from my normal Saturday morning show.
Yeah, I just hope when I come back you've still got listeners left after this week.
No, they've all deserted in the droves.
Honestly, thank you for having me. It's been really good.
But no, that was great. And as I say, thank you for coming. And but everybody, stay tuned.